Welcome, everyone, to Mr. Horror Doom. Tonight's story was sent in by a former search and rescue ranger who spent years working deep in the forests of northern Washington. He says these are the encounters that still haunt his dreams, the ones he never told his supervisors, and that no one would believe. If you've ever hiked alone or camped far from civilization, his words might make you think twice before stepping off the trail again. Because what he found in those woods wasn't human. This is his story. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, share this with your friends, and let me know where you're watching from. Now, let's get into it. I've worked search and rescue for 12 years. Most people think it's just finding lost hikers and carrying stretchers. But it's more than that. You see the best and worst of humanity out here. People get careless. They disappear. And sometimes they're found in ways that don't make sense. I've learned the forest keeps secrets. The deeper you go, the older it feels, like it remembers things we don't. We were based out of a remote station, 4 of us on rotation, covering hundreds of miles of wilderness. Most calls were routine. Kids lost off trail. Drunk campers, hunters gone too far. But there were always cases that made no sense. Like the man we found standing in the middle of a creek, staring at the sky. He'd been missing 5 days, no injuries, no memory of how he got there. Or the child who vanished from a picnic site, only to be found miles away, sitting on a boulder, humming a song his parents swore he never knew. After a while, we stopped asking questions. You learn out here, the forest doesn't owe you answers. The first story that really broke me happened in 2015. We were searching for a 22-year-old woman, hiker, experienced, gone missing near Pine Hollow Ridge. 2 days of searching. Nothing. Then one morning our dogs started acting strange. They refused to go past a certain point, whining, ears flat, tails between their legs. We followed the GPS and came across something I'll never forget. In the middle of nowhere was a staircase. Perfectly built, no debris, no foundation, just stairs, leading up into nothing. My partner joked, "Guess the forest is getting fancy." But something about it felt wrong. There were no trees nearby. The ground was bare, and the air was silent. No birds, no insects. We radioed it in. The supervisor's response was immediate. Do not approach. Mark the location. Move on. That was it. Later that night, I asked an older ranger about it. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "If you ever see stairs in the woods, don't touch them. Don't even look too long. They're not meant for us." We never found the girl, but the next week, another team found a boot print on the top step. 2 years later, we got another call. Family camping near the northern trailhead said their son wandered off. We launched a search within the hour. The woods were thick, visibility poor, but the strangest part, we kept hearing whistling. It sounded distant first, a tune, 4 notes repeated. We thought it was the boy trying to get attention. Then we realized it was following us. We'd move deeper into the woods, and it would move too, always behind the next tree line. When we stopped, it stopped. After sunset, we set up a temporary camp. I took first watch. Around 2 a.m., I heard it again. The same whistle, but this time it was close, maybe 10 feet away. I aimed my flashlight and caught a figure standing between 2 trees. It wasn't the boy. It was tall, too tall. Its head tilted unnaturally, and its mouth, it didn't move. The whistle was coming from somewhere else. I blinked, and it was gone. At dawn, we found the boy, sitting at the base of a tree, unharmed but shaking. He said, "The man told me to wait, said you'd come." When we asked him what the man looked like, he just said, "He had your face." Another case still keeps me up at night. A group of 6 campers, all in their 20s. They set up near an old ranger route no one uses anymore. When we arrived 3 days later, we found the campsite, tents torn, gear scattered, but no blood. Just drag marks leading into the trees. We followed the trail until it stopped completely. No footprints, no tracks, nothing. Then we saw it. A clearing with 3 tents set up, brand new. Same model as the ones the campers had, except inside each one was a life-sized mannequin. Plastic faces painted white, hands posed like they were eating invisible food. My radio crackled. A voice said, "We already found them," except no one on my team had said that. When we returned to our base, our supervisor told us to log it as wildlife disturbance. I asked, "What about the mannequins?" He just said, "You didn't see them." We never found the campers. Last year was my final season. We were looking for a hunter who vanished in the Cedar Valley sector, dense forest, barely mapped. 3 days into the search, I split off from my partner to check an old ravine. The deeper I went, the quieter it got. Not just silent, empty. I saw a figure kneeling by a stream. I called out. No response. When I got closer, I realized he was wearing a ranger uniform. Old, faded, and his skin, it wasn't right. Thin, stretched tight like paper. He stood up, slowly. His eyes were hollow, literally just holes. And when he opened his mouth, it wasn't a mouth anymore. It was a tunnel. A sound came from inside him, like the forest breathing through him. I ran until my legs gave out. When I got back, they told me there's no record of any ranger matching that description. But that night, I dreamed of him. He was standing at the end of my bed, and when I woke up, my boots were wet. I quit a month later. I couldn't take it anymore. The whispers, the things that don't fit inside logic. The forest doesn't want to be understood. And sometimes I think it chooses who gets lost. Every once in a while, I still check the missing persons reports. And there's always someone new, always near the places we never searched twice. If you ever hike in the Pacific Northwest and you see a staircase in the woods or hear a whistle in the dark, don't follow it. Because not everything lost in the forest wants to be found.